Hi guys, welcome back on board of the Crypto Cruiser. It's me, Chris, and today we're going to talk about Polkadot, what Polkadot is all about, what makes it unique. We're going to talk some fundamentals. We're going to talk some chart analysis, dot compared to the dollar to USD, dot compared to the Bitcoin chart. We're going to talk some traditional markets. That's going to be a market look ahead. Of course, tomorrow we're going to talk about market look ahead as well. We're going to talk some traditional markets such as S&P 500, where they're heading next week. Of course, before we start talking about Polkadot, let's just start with the Bitcoin chart. Let's just start it, guys. And this is something that it's been playing out the way I've anticipated. We are moving into this bullish channel pattern, and last few days we had quite a significant correction from 108,000 to 92,000, and I've said something that is going to play out. We had a huge bounce, so now I'm actually anticipating next week to start hitting higher prices, and potentially by end of December, I'm not going to be surprised if we start hitting price of above 110,000. But this is something in the charts. That's how we're going to set up higher lows and higher highs, which is a bullish formation. And last month, in November, was a monstrous month. From price of around 66,000, we went all the way to 100,000. We had a little bit of a pullback, and now we're just having a continuation of the trend. We was able to smash through that resistance line, yearly resistance line, that if we zoom out, we can clearly see that we've tested before at its previous all-time high price of around 64,000 in April of 2021, and we've tested it again in November of 2021, but we never actually managed to break above it. But we managed to break last month. And we're in a raging bull market. So in a raging bull market, corrections like these are actually healthy for the overall trend, which is a bullish trend. Of course, anything I say in this video, it is not a financial advice. It's for pure entertainment purposes. And before you do anything, do the diligence and make your own research, because as I've said, this is not a financial advice. But so far, so good. Everything is been playing out the way I've anticipated. And we also tested this previous yearly resistance line. And as I've said, I'm anticipating just setting up higher highs and higher lows, and potentially by end of January we have a final blow off top, and potentially by end of March start hitting price of around 140,000. This is just something in the charts. This is not wishful thinking, but let's see how exactly it's going to play out. When it comes to S&P 500, I was nothing but right. We had a 10% correction since I launched my channel. I was able to predict this 10% correction downside. Just an ABC regular correction, nothing more than the extraordinary, and that's exactly what will happen. What happened once we complete this correction? I've anticipated a V-shaped recovery. I mean, you can turn back. I think my very first video was a V-shaped recovery. You can turn it back. You see, what it play out one-on-one, and yeah, we start testing its previous all-time high price of around 5,650, and then what I'm actually anticipated to come back to this resistance line. Previously, resistance line turned into support, and now we're gonna have more continuation of the trend. That's what we did. 5,650. We turned back. We pulled back a little bit to this resistance line. We turned it into support and start hitting higher prices. And I've said once we hit 6,000, I'm anticipating a little bit of a pullback and potentially go above 6,100. That's what will happen. And we had quite a significant correction, but you saw what happened Friday, a huge bounce, the way I've anticipated. Now, if we break above 6,000 and consolidate, then quickly we'll snap above 6,100 and potentially start hitting higher prices. The other option is to come back to this resistance line, and this is going to be a resistance, and we're going to have more continuation of the trend. I think this resistance is quite huge, because we tested before, and it previously turned into support, and we also had the test as a correction. So this is, in my personal opinion, the bottom is in, and next week we're heading for higher prices and potentially hit price of above 6,100. Of course, we also formed a reverse head and shoulders, which is a bullish formation, and measure from the head to the bottom here. The price target should be above 6,250. This is something that I'm actually anticipating to hit by by quarter one of next year, February, March of next year. a price of above 6,300, I'm not going to be surprised at all. But let's just talk about Polkadot and what Polkadot is all about. Let's just concentrate on the market cap chart. And from November, the market capitalization valuation was around 5 billion. We went all the way to 16 billion. So we went over 3-4x in a matter of few weeks. Now we're just consolidating a little bit. We're correcting a little bit for more upside momentum. Of course, this is just my personal opinion. This is not a financial advice. The circulating supply and the total supply. So at the time of recording this video, the circulating supply is around 1.5 billion. So in order for Polkadot to reach $100, it's 150 billion market capitalization. Is that potentially possible? And if it's $120, that will be around 180 billion market capitalization. I mean, just look at XRP. Looks XRP smashing through all the resistance. But not only that, I think a few of other chains went above 100 billion market valuation in 2021. Its previous bull cycle, such as Dogecoin, BNB, ADA, to name a few. And potentially, and in my personal opinion, Polkadot fundamentally is more valuable than all of those coins. But this is just my personal opinion, of course. Um, what makes Polkadot unique? When it boils down to these four components: the relay chain, Polkadot's heart, helping to create consensus, interoperability, and share security across the network of different chains. Parachains, independent chains, they can have their own tokens and be optimized for specific use cases. Parathreads, similar to parachains but with flexible connectivity based on an economical pay-as-you-go model. Bridges allow parachains and parathreads connect and communicate with external blockchains like Ethereum. What makes Polkadot unique? Polkadot is a sharded multi-chain network, meaning it can process many transactions on several chains in parallel parachains. This parallel processing power improves scalability. Custom blockchains are quick and easy to develop using the Substrate framework, and Substrate blockchains are designed to be easy to connect to Polkadot's network. Let's just talk about chart analysis and dot compared to USD, and this is something that I'm actually anticipating. So as we can clearly see, if we concentrate on the weekly chart, we was able to go to smash above this falling wedge, and we almost 1188. We actually managed. We almost got to this previous local top. Now we tested it, but we couldn't break above it. I think next time when we, in my personal opinion, we test price of around $11-12 in the immediate short term, we will smash through it, and we can potentially go quickly to prices between above $40 and $45. Of course, anything can happen, and this whole chart pattern can be invalidated, and the Polkadot can easily go to zero as well. So always do diligence and make your own research, because as I've said, this is not a financial advice, plus I don't predict the future, but this is just something that I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating the Polkadot has more upside momentum, potentially go and test this previous this resistance line at around 1180 $12. We'll smash through it, and then we can potentially go and test price of above $40. Just something like that played out the previous bull cycle. So from pretty much end of December, early January, by mid-February, we hit so from $4 we went to $40. So that's 10x. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna go 10x in the next month and a half, but potentially in the next month and a half, can we see a price of above $40-50? Potentially something like that can happen. That's gonna symbolize its previous all-time high. Perhaps we will consolidate. Perhaps we can correct monthly for a few months, form like a right shoulder, and that's how we can form like a huge reverse head and shoulders pattern, which is a bullish signal. And if we break above its previous all-time high at price of around $55, and we have full price discovery, we can potentially go and snap to prices of above $100 to potentially $120. Of course, this is not a financial advice. The market capitalization is going to be absolutely insane, like above 150 billion. But we all see what XRP did. We almost went to 150 billion. And if you compare XRP to Polkadot, which one is more valuable? I mean, it's. I would say that they are very both of these networks are very valuable. So I mean, we can't say if XRP is more valuable than Polkadot, but what I'm just trying to tell you is give you an example of potentially what Polkadot can do. When it comes to DOT compared to the BTC chart, this is something we're here in this falling wedge. We broke above it. We're coming back to retest this previous resistance line, and we can go and test these prices. That'll be around 10x from what it is now, but that's in Bitcoin terms. So this can be potentially even more than that. This can be potentially 15, 20x. So that's another confirmation that we can go above. We can go above 100 above $100 to potentially $120. Another confirmation that something like that is gonna play out. Yeah, let's see how this thing is gonna play out. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's absolutely free. And if you want to get my two books, the crypto guidebook and the art of chart analysis of how to become a sophisticated trader, you can subscribe to my Patreon. Of course, with that subscription comes exclusive content with the most undervalued, underappreciated coins out there. Some of them 50, 100x potential. Of course, that's not the financial advice. Once again, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see each other later on. Goodbye.